Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Boss Monster is a card game where you're taking what looks like an old Nintendo game and you're running through these dungeons. But here is the twist: you are the bad guy. It's going to take this 8-bit phenomenal artwork, and you'll be playing cards out to build your own dungeon, and then heroes will run through it. This game has been very popular. It's probably sold a gajillion copies, had expansions and add-ons and sequels, etc., and it's all pretty worthy. When I first played this game, I don't think I got it. I didn't understand it. And the more I played it with my son, the more I really enjoyed it, and he really liked it. It was a simple little game. Now, it has some flaws. You're just drawing cards. You kind of do the best with what you have drawn, and that's kind of what you do in the game. If I can play a card down, I look at what I have. Okay, I got this, so I'm going to play this. More than something that's strategically designed in order to get the heroes. So that's going to be a turnoff for some people. For the rest of us, that's good enough for what we're trying to do here. And that's really where the game comes in. What can you build within the constraints that you have in order to score points for the heroes that are coming out in the order that they're coming out? There's a lot of variety in this game, not only in the core box, but from expansions and standalone sequels, etc. There's a lot that you can add to this. The game never overly complicates itself. It always keeps it straight in where you want to be. And most of the rules, quote, if you will, are on the cards themselves. So that's how you're going to be dictating on what you do. Like I said, it's not going to be an overly strategic Euro game where you're making long-term decisions. Instead, you're always kind of making tactical decisions to make the dungeon the best that you can. Each of the different bosses you play will have different powers and organizations to them that are going to add to the experience. So each time you play, it's a little bit different. And as you get more and more of the expansions, you'll be able to add those in. Like I'm saying, it's a very tactical game. No long-term strategy necessarily, although there is some of that in there. It's just a fun little romp that you're going to have. There's some take that in the spell cards and what you'll be able to play and knock down each other. And we have had a blast with this. Like I said, it was a game I didn't really get the first few times I played it. But when I played it with my son and he really enjoyed it and I played it more and I saw it kind of open up to me, I really do like this game. It has a special place in my heart now. And now I kind of get what it's doing. When I first started playing this, I was like, only into like more Euro games. I wanted deep strategy. I didn't like silly card games, but my tastes have expanded to include this, and Boss Monster is a personal favorite and a keeper for me. Just kind of know what you're going into when you get into it. So this is what you're going to get inside of the box. You're going to have a couple rule books, which we'll get to in a second. And then you're going to have a bunch of cards. And the cards are going to have different backs on them, depending on what they're able to do. There won't be any chits or tokens or player mats or anything like that. All of the cards have kind of like 8-bit Nintendo-looking graphics on them. These will be the bosses that you'll be able to play as. You're going to have some spells that you can go through. You have some heroes that will come in and come through depending on the number of players. You can see at the bottom here as you go through. And then you'll have your major cards, which you'll be playing with. The dungeons, you can see health, the icons, maybe a power that has on the type of the room at the top, and a little 8-bit picture that will be super duper cute as you're going through it and destroying these heroes. So the cards are good. It's regular card quality. I didn't have any issues. I played this game a lot, and I didn't have any issues with the components. I think they're really nice, but they are a deck of cards. The game kind of comes with 2 rule books. This is a quick start guide. So once you know the rules, you can just pull this out and very quickly kind of refresh yourself. As for the rules themselves, they're going to come out like an old manual that you would have got in a video game. Have a table of contents, a little bit of like a welcome to, give you a little bit of story. How to play. There's no picture of the contents. I would have liked a list of all the cards, especially into all these expansions, but they were not included here. Object of the game, how to win and how to lose, the 10 souls versus the 5 wounds, and just gameplay at a glance. Gives you a little bit of an overview of what you'll be doing, the different cards that you're going to be having in the game as you go through it, and then set up here based on the number of players, and a little bit of a pictorial there of how it might be set up. And then you're going to jump into how to play the game once you have an understanding of all the cards and how they kind of work through. You can see there's examples and there's pictures. There's some pro tips over here as you go through. and then into the game and how to score up, and then the play variants if you want to play differently. And a little bit of glossary. There's going to be some keywords that will jump up. There's a little bit of glossary, and just credits at the end, and a little bit of a sequence of play here at the back if you wanted this, and a quick overview, but you will have the quick setup also. I found the rulebook to be pretty good. It's a little bit wordy. The first time I played, I had a little bit of problems. I hadn't played a lot of card games like this, but now that I have, this is nothing but a breeze to go through, and it has that really good, cool, like 8-bit look to it. Even the rulebook does, so good job. So for the most part, there's going to be 4 different types of cards in the game, for the most part. And you're going to have a boss, which you will be, and you can see it has boss on the back. You're going to have heroes who will come into your dungeons and try to survive, and they'll have health on them. And then you'll have these cards, which will be rooms that you will put in to try to destroy the heroes. And then you'll have spells that you can cast that will either help you or hurt your other players as you're going through. So those are the 4 main cards that you're going to have. Each player is going to get a random boss, and that's going to be who they're going to be for the turn. Based on the number of players, you're going to get a number of epic heroes and create a deck of those with a few epic heroes on the bottom of the heroes. So the heroes will come out first, and then the epic heroes will come out during the game. So they're going to progressively get harder as you go through the game. Each player is going to start the game out with 5 room cards and 2 spell cards in their hand. Each player is going to take one of their rooms and kind of start the game and build a dungeon in there. So we'll build this dark laboratory. It's a trap room. When you build this room, draw 2 spell cards and discard one. So I'll be able to draw 2 additional of these spell cards. I will choose which one that I want and discard the other one out. So now I will have 4 room cards and 3 spells in my hand. At the beginning of each turn, a hero will be revealed, and this tells you the hero will be attracted to icons of swords. My dungeon already has 1 sword and 2 books, so if I wanted to attract this fighter, I may want to get more swords into my area. Now the XP that's listed here on your boss will tell you the order that players play in, but we usually just play simultaneously. On your turn, you can build a card. Maybe I want to build this sword because I'm trying to attract this person. This is a golem factory, and I put it here, and I can have a maximum of 5 rooms in my dungeon. So it says once per turn, if a hero is in this room, draw a room card. So that I'm going to get a hero into that room. If possible, it allows me to draw an additional room card. Then after everybody's done that, you will attract heroes, and there could be multiple heroes that would be out if somebody didn't go to another location. So if you look here, this mage is looking for books. The fighter is looking for swords. If there's a tie and all the players have the same amount, then they would just stay in town. If this fighter comes through, then he's going to come through each of your rooms in your dungeon. So it says once per turn, if the hero is in this room, draw a room card. Well, he is in that room, so I would get to draw a room card and put it into my hand. This one right here is going to do 2 damage. He has 4 damage, so he is taking 2 damage, and this room will be here. So he will go down to the next one, but he only has 2 health left at the bottom of his card. This one says when you build it, so it doesn't apply. And this has 1 health, so that will reduce him down to 3, which means he got all the way through without hurting me. Without dying, rather. So then I will take a wound like this, and if I get 5 of these wounds, I die and I'm eliminated from the game. Let's say I was able to defeat him because I had additional rooms in here. So instead, in this scenario, he went through, he did 2 damage, 5, which is enough to kill him. Then he would come over here and he would collect a soul. If I get 10 of those souls, these little markings on the back, which look like a coin, then I would win the game. Now, there are some advanced rooms like this that say advanced. You can't play them on the bottom. They have to be played on top of other rooms, but the icons on them need to match up in order to do so. Otherwise, you're going to have spells that kind of break things up. Spin the hero in the dungeon back to the first room of your dungeon. So you could, if this, say I was in that scenario where I didn't quite kill him, he only had 3 damage, I could place a teleportation, which would send him back to the front, and I would do an additional 3 damage, which would be enough to kill him. So that's an example of how a spell may work. So whoever has 5 health or blood icons will lose. If you're able to obtain 10, then you will win. Keep in mind, as the epic ones come out, they're going to be worth 2 instead of 1, so it will kind of ramp up there a little bit. There's a whole bunch of different heroes that we'll go through. They might have powers on them or little stories. Some of these will only be used with a certain amount of players, and they can do additional health to you too. So it can be a little tricky as you go. But that's a quick overview of how you play Boss Monster. Who should buy this game? Anybody looking for a very fun little card game. You like the idea of building this dungeon and being the bad guy and having the heroes come in. A little bit of take that. There's not a humongous amount in it, but there is some in this respect. So I think it works in that regard. And I think that you're going to have a really fun experience if you know what you're getting into. For us, we've had a lot of fun with this one. It's a keeper.